Hello and welcome to OracleMe Podcast. My name's Sarah Jade, and today I'll be talking to the lovely Deb Norman. It's just going to be a really relaxed conversation. Hello, Deb. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm really good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. So, as I said, it's just going to be a really relaxed conversation. I asked you to come on and have a chat because you are a VIP in OracleMe magazine. So, you are our resident astrologer. So, we'll just have a chat about that and, what you do and how you work and all of that sort of stuff. So, so you're an astrologer. How long have you been doing astrology for, Deb?
I started my training in 97 with one of the most amazing astrology teachers ever. I remember, I think it was in our second year, she won Educator of the Year. So that's how long I've been doing it.
Yeah, so that's a lot of years. Let's do the maths. 97. So is that like coming up 30 years next year?
Yes.
So I do the maths right? Wow.
Yeah, for that, yeah.
Yeah. And you're only, what, 25? How does that work out? You've been doing it 30 years, but you're only 25. That doesn't make sense, dude.
I know, right?
Oh, wow. So that is a lot of years. Amazing. And I've known you for a long time as well. So that's why I'm super grateful that you said yes to being the astrologer. Actually, you were the astrologer also in Reba.
I was. Yes, I do remember. I loved it. I really love doing the Astrology for Your magazines.
Yeah. So what do you love about doing astrology in magazines? Like, what do you feel like you get out of that?
I love how I can reach masses of people because when I'm doing one-on-one clients, you're just dealing with one person, but there's so much going on in the sky lately. And when I'm doing an article, I like to do it in a way that it reaches everybody. And there's a part of it that everyone can resonate with. Because as you know, if it's not coming from your blueprint, like your natal chart, it's not going to be specific to you in every way. So when you're doing it where the sun goes on the ascendant, say we're doing Cancer for that month, and everything follows around that, it's kind of generalized. That's why some people go, oh, that sounds like me. Yes, I can resonate with that. And other people say, yeah, that's kind of not me. It's because it's a generalized. So I do my best to also link in, being born a medium and bring in a bit more flavor to it where it can hit the spot with more people, if you know what I mean, instead of just being a little bit here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like it's a broader reach for sure. And so, and I guess what's really cool for you is like we do you're saying the generalization of the astrology, but then you also have a piece where you write about astrology. So you'll go into more depth. So you actually write an article as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, I do like to focus on the outer planets or the psychological drivers, which is an inner and outer planet dynamic. And that tells us what we've been set up with as children, like the don't messages or the injunctions that we're running that kind of run us as adults unconsciously, where we make decisions that aren't really working for us. That's where all of that comes in. And I love playing with the psyche. And when you can go into a chart and use it for the psychology side, it really lights me up. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's so important. The whole lot, isn't it? It's just not one aspect, it's the whole lot, which is amazing that you do all of that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So I want to also talk about, remember how I had asked you, like, my mum told me I was born at 5 a.m. So that was making me Taurus rising. But then later on, I asked her, as the years went by and she's getting a bit old, she can't remember when I was born. So I spoke to you about that and you did something. I don't know what you did, but would you be able to explain what you did to be able to pinpoint when I was actually born? Like,
I just went up into the field and I connected with one of your guides and I had a little poke around and I found the time.
wow. So I'm a Gemini rising. So I'm a Gemini. Does that mean there's 8 of me? Oh, hang on. No, 4 of me. 4 of me. Oh gosh. No, that was really cool. And I actually do resonate with Gemini.
Yeah, you certainly do. Everything you do is about writing, publishing, networking, talking, and sharing information. It's just so much Gemini going on there.
Exactly. So let's have a little chat about, like, some people might not know. We've got our sun sign, then we've got our rising sign. So or our ascendant, which is our rising sign, which is, like I just said, about the time of birth. And then you've got your moon and your Venus and all the other ones. What are the main, if you were sun sign, or use Gemini, sun sign, rising, or moon? So what's the moon? Like, what's that all about? Can you explain that?
Yeah, sure. So the sun in your chart shows where you shine, who you're here to be. It represents the masculine energy and father. The ascendant is your birth experience and how other people see you and the mask that you wear. The moon is your receptivity. It's your nurturing capacity. It's the feminine. It represents mother. It's all your emotional stuff, your karmic things that you've brought through with you. So if you've got a reading coming in and it says, if your sun, moon, or ascendant is in this sign, this appeals to you, it's because they're the 3 most prominent aspects on a chart. So you've got the luminaries, which is the sun and moon, and then the ascendant, which is your birth experience. And when we get stressed, unconsciously, the first thing most people do is flip back to their birth experience. So a challenge will trigger that off. So say, for instance, you had a really hard birth experience. Maybe you stopped breathing, or the cord was around your neck, or, mum hemorrhaged or something, happened like that. It affects you because you don't know that you're different from mum. For that first 2 years, you're connected to her in a way where you think you are her. So everything happening to her is happening to you, including her feelings, her thoughts, her arguments, her happiness, and the birth experience. So when a challenge comes in, you're going to flip back to how you felt at that moment, and the tapes that you took on and the belief system you wrapped around it, and then the snapshot that you took of it and how you emotionally connect to it. And then this is where we have our programming and our behaviors and results from that.
Wow. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in depth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you teach this step?
I do have a beginner course.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. So if somebody wanted to learn it, then they'd just go to your website and you can see what courses you have and all that sort of thing. So do you teach, as in, if I wanted to become an astrologer,
Yeah.
do you with that level of teaching that you can take somebody in to be able to essentially be amazing like yourself?
Well, thank you. For that would, people can teach themselves a lot of the time. I can take them through everything I've learnt for sure. I haven't done the FAA credentials to be what they would call legally able to teach and certify somebody, but I could certainly teach them, taught by somebody who wrote the exams, who was on the FAA, who is one of the biggest educators in Australia. So I've been taught by her and very capable of doing that, but I wouldn't be able to certify them in, their advanced stuff. No.
Yeah, it's good to have the certificates because it's just being your integrity, isn't it? So that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Deb, for sharing a little bit about you and what you do. And thank you for being part of my world in the magazine. And so where can the listeners find you?
They can find me on Facebook under Deb Norman. I have multiple groups. One's called the Quantum Blueprint. There's a public page and a private group of 22,000. I have Instagram, which is the_quantum_blueprint, and website, thequantumblueprint.com.au. Or it might be I think they might have just changed it to quantumblueprint.com.au.
Fantastic. Well, I'll link it all anyway in the show notes. But just so if somebody's listening and they want to Google you straight away. Well, thank you again for jumping on.
Thank you for having me.
And you're welcome. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.